So apparently, Ghislaine Maxwell is willing to testify before Congress about the whole Epstein situation. Yeah, right. That'll never happen. Never happen. I mean, I don't know how true this claim is, but I'm sure most of y'all are familiar. Ghislaine Maxwell is a co-conspirator, and or she's an accomplice to Epstein, and she's right now serving 20 years in prison on child sex trafficking charges. And the Daily Mail dropped this article yesterday. Says Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell is ready to reveal truth of the pedophile list, of the pedo client list. Say insiders. So why are Republicans blocking her? Ghislaine Maxwell is willing to speak in front of Congress about the Epstein files. Maxwell, 63, is the only person behind bars serving 20 years on child sex trafficking charges, despite the fact that Jeffrey Epstein allegedly controlled a web of underage girls. Additionally, Epstein's victims alleged they were passed around like sex toys to his wealthy friends and billionaires, business associates who regularly visited his house, including his private island, Little St. James. Now, a source said, despite the rumors, Ghislaine was never offered any kind of plea deal. She would be more than happy to sit before Congress and tell her story. No one from the government has ever asked her to share what she knows. She remains the only person to be jailed in connection to Epstein, and she would welcome the chance to tell the American public the truth. What that truth is remains to be seen, bro. That would never happen. That would never happen, bro. That's like a death wish of her even mentioning that. That's why I don't even believe that this was actually said. You know what I mean? If she was going to testify, she should have testified a long time ago. It shouldn't be due to this whole debacle now. But speaking of this, man, I was sent a video of Jeffrey Epstein's interviews, bro. Just after watching a few seconds of it, bro. If y'all haven't seen it, bro, I'm just gonna warn y'all. Viewers' discretion is advised, bro. I see a couple minutes in, bro, and it's disturbing, bro. But we gonna highlight it, dog, because it just reinforces why everybody is up in arms about this whole situation. I mean, but that's self-explanatory. But due to the societal climate in regards to this whole situation, man, we gonna continue covering this shit, bro. It's fucking blasphemy, bro, that we're dealing with this right now, dog. We're gonna continue showing why everybody's pissed off as they are.
Would you raise your hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you please state your full name?
I'm Jeffrey Edward Epstein, and my residence address is 6100 Red Hook Boulevard in Virgin Islands.
Do you maintain any other residences presently?
I have vacation homes in New Mexico, Palm Beach, New York, and Paris.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
What was the crime of which you were convicted?
Two counts, one soliciting prostitution and procuring a minor for prostitution.
Did you in fact commit those acts?
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
How many times have you solicited a minor for prostitution?
Same answer.
How many times have you solicited a minor for prostitution in the state of Florida?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited a minor for prostitution in the Virgin Islands?
Same answer.
That is, you are invoking your Fifth Amendment.
Yes,
right?
Yes, Mr. Squirrel.
Have you ever solicited for prostitution in New York?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited for prostitution in New Mexico?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited for
Continue
prostitution
snitching on
in
yourself,
Paris?
bro.
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited a minor for prostitution anywhere at any time?
Again, I'm going to assert my right.
Let's take
Did
another
you
break.
ever-
We're going to go off the record.
So you are terminating the deposition at this time?
We're recessing the deposition.
What college did you attend?
Cooper Union.
And did you get a degree from Cooper Union?
No, sir.
How many years were you in college?
I believe 2.
What'd you study?
Physics.
Well, isn't it true that you were a teacher at the Dalton School in New York after college? It's just unheard of. It's just an unbelievable scheme to have kept going for that long of a period of time. Do you consider yourself to be bisexual?
No.
Okay. In any event, you did develop a sexual relationship with Leslie Wexner at some point in time. Is that true?
No.
Mr. Epstein, how long have you been sexually attracted to underage minor females?
Objection.
Objection, harassing, argumentative.
Are you kidding?
Oh, I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right?
Facts.
Move to strike.
Mr. Epstein, were you sexually abused as a minor?
Again?
Were you sexually abused as a minor?
You know, I'd like to respond to all your, if any, questions seem to be relevant, but I would like to respond to any relevant question at this time. However, my attorneys have counseled me that I cannot provide answers to the questions relevant to this lawsuit today. I must accept their advice or risk losing my Sixth Amendment right to effective representation. Accordingly, then, I assert my Fifth, Sixth, and 14th Amendment right to the United States Constitution.
Would you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, I do.
Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped penis? I had hired a psychologist to do a psychological profile on Jeffrey Epstein, what type of person he was, and what would actually get under his skin. What made him tick was that he was a narcissist. He had no ability to feel empathy and saw himself as the master of puppets, so to speak. Sir, one witness described your penis as oval-shaped and claimed when erect it was thick towards the bottom but was thin and small towards the head portion and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words, I apologize. But as Mr. Critton has stated, that this is a... I'm willing to continue.
He had to draw the line there, bro. You ain't about to be clowning my phallus, bro. Woo, man. Imagine being that type of person, though, bro. It's like, you doing this shit you doing, exposing your egg to everybody, but then get pissed with somebody describing your egg back to you. Oh man, bro, this crazy, bro.
I'm willing to continue. I hate to call him back. He tries at all times to be the master of his domain and in control of his world. As soon as he feels he's out of control,
it's wraps.
It's unsettling to him.
Complaint filed by Virginia Roberts against you. Isn't it true, sir, that a friend of yours sent you 3 12-year-old females for you to sexually abuse on one of your birthdays?
Form argumentative, harassing, and irrelevant to this lawsuit.
How is it irrelevant?
You're saying it's part of the lawsuit?
Yeah, I'll read it directly.
It was Jeffrey's birthday one.
On one of defendant Epstein's birthdays, a friend of defendant Epstein sent him 3 12-year-old girls from France who spoke no English for defendant to sexually exploit and abuse. After doing so, they were sent back to France the next day. Isn't that true?
Once again, I'm going to move to strike. Irrelevant, argumentative, harassing.
I would like to answer that question.
How would y'all ever seen Devil's Advocate one of my favorite movies, bro. Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves. But it's like the type of person, what type of person must you be? I don't understand how attorneys can come to terms with that. Like, how do they come to peace with the fact that they're defending the most evil, sadistic mob? Because, bro, like, something got to be wrong with you. You know, if anybody out there that has experience with that or can share their insight on how defense attorneys defend people that are clearly guilty of what it is that they're being charged with. I mean, bro, it's fucking Epstein, bro. You defended him. Like, you gotta be evil too. You know what I mean? I've always thought about that, bro. I would love to speak to a defense attorney about that.
Really would. However, today, my attorneys have told me I have to assert my Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, and 14th Amendment rights of the U.S. Constitution.
You're invoking your Fifth Amendment rights to each of these questions because you know that your answers will incriminate you and you feel that it will result in you being prosecuted for these crimes. Isn't that right?
Objection argumentative, harassing, and calls for a legal conclusion.
No, in fact, the Supreme Court recently said that the Fifth Amendment right is there to protect the innocent. So that's the way I'd like to answer that.
Are you released from jail at some time? Do you have to report back to jail on a daily basis?
Yes, I report back to jail at 8 p.m.
Every single day?
Yes, sir.
And is it 7 days a week that you're out on work release?
No, sir.
How many days a week are you out on work release?
6.
And of those 6 days, how many hours per day are you out on work release?
12.
We're back on the video record at 12:02 p.m.
Let's talk about Jane Doe 102, Virginia Roberts. Do you know Virginia Roberts?
So she's, again, who?
Virginia Roberts.
Can you spell it?
Common spelling. Virginia,
Bitch.
like the state.
Can you spell it for me, please?
Roberts.
What's the last name? How's it spelled?
Roberts, I believe. Isn't it true that you and Ghislaine Maxwell celebrated her 16th birthday with her and had sex with her on that day?
Form, compound, confusing, argumentative, harassing.
I'd like to answer that question. But today, I'm going to have to assert my Sixth Amendment rights, my Fifth Amendment rights.
Is it true that you forced Virginia Roberts to have sex with numerous friends of yours?
Are you kidding?
And that is why the world, or at least America, is fucking angry.
Ghislaine, starts talking to me about.
This is Virginia Roberts.
Ghislaine, starts talking to me about how would I feel about having a child. What? Having a baby? Yeah, it would be your baby, but it would really be our baby. And we would have you sign a document that says that you would have an allowance, we would pay you $200,000 a month, and you would have a nice house, but this child is really ours, and we can do what we want to do with our child. You could basically never take this child from us.
Wow, Donald Trump, America, government. Your government kidnapped me. You promised the Epstein list. Victims are being found dead. Hello. I mean, the whole reason you gained presidency, Trump, was because of promising the Epstein list. Are you as much of a liar as them? And thank goodness for Elon Musk for actually standing up for what's right. It's funny how only South Africans stand up, because where are the other 200 Epstein victims? Although maybe they're too frightened to speak out because of the American government. Well, I speak for all of them. I speak for all victims. How dare your government abuse, rape, and murder? We'll be coming for you. Don't you worry, government. You can sit there and pretend that Epstein didn't exist and that none of this happened. But guess what? We're not that fucking stupid. Don't make us any more angry, otherwise we will come and we will find you. How dare you?
That seemed fucking fake, but apparently her name is Juliette Bryant. Juliette Bryant, a message from Survivor. This is a recent video of Juliette Bryant praying for her safety. Juliette Bryant from Cape Town, South Africa, was a 20-year-old aspiring model when she was first introduced to the billionaire pedophile who told her she had the most beautiful figure he'd ever seen and promised to fly her to New York to launch her career. But instead, Juliette was taken on his private jet to his Caribbean island where she became trapped in the sex trafficking operation run by Epstein and operated by Ghislaine Maxwell. Speaking in a BBC Two series, House of Maxwell, Juliette tells how she watched other victims perform sex acts on Epstein and was sexually assaulted by the predator on a number of occasions over almost 2 years. She estimates she saw 60 girls and women in the time she was there. Juliette, who in 2019 filed a lawsuit against Epstein's estate, alleging the former financier had repeatedly raped her numerous times, explained she and other victims had been too afraid to speak out because Epstein threatened her and her family. It was just like a factory, she said. He was running a machine and Ghislaine Maxwell was the one operating it. People asked why I went back. Nobody disobeyed Epstein. Things happened there that scared me so deeply that I can't even talk about them, she said. He fed off the terror. There was something about the energy of a girl being scared that he liked. She also shared never-before-seen photos that she took at Epstein's island, including one of Maxwell and one of an artwork depicting a woman being raped by a sea monster. Disgusting creature he was.
The kind of cloning DNA part that he was, obviously transhumanism that he was interested in, did that come up anywhere? Did you see any signs?
Well,
I mean, obviously.
Anyway, bro's a sick fuck. But we trying to figure out who's on these goddamn files, man. So, we got some work to do.